Oh, I'm sorry. Before I go into good and welfare, I do have one thing I need to say. One question, and then if you have another, you have to wait till everyone that's at the mic goes first.
My name is Eddie Maresca, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, CWA Local 3603. I just have a little background before my question.
Okay.
My question won't make sense if I don't give you background to it.
Okay.
I'm just addressing the issue in Charlotte with the 42 wiretechs. 41 of them were given a letter in lieu of suspension back on August 29th of last year. Myself, I was given 5 days off, courtesy of AT&T. What happened was the company had a fit that wiretechs left early, that they didn't work till 10 o'clock at night like they expect us to do every day. Everybody worked their shift. Nobody left before 5 o'clock. Some guys worked till 8 o'clock. Turned around, brought everybody up, like I said, sent everybody home. We've been unable to sit the first step. I know you guys are obviously aware. It's gone to the North Carolina NLRB. Charges were filed, withdrawn, refiled, denied. The reason they wrote us up, they were saying violation of Article 21, saying we went on strike. Let me tell you, I've been on strike. All right, I've worked for Verizon up in New York, been on strike more than once. By all means, if I'm going to go on strike, there's not going to be a damn bit of work getting done. We did load. There was no carryover work. You know, nothing like that happened, but they pulled the trigger. It's disheartening that it's taken we're going on 7 months with no first step, not anything. I know Mike Matthews was here yesterday. I would have loved to have addressed him, but I was advised not to, and that was probably a good idea. They say a strike, if you look at definition, usually it leads with a work stoppage. No work got stopped, everything got cleared. My question ultimately is, where do we stand on this and where are we going with it? I know Mike Matthews, I'm sorry, he lies like a rug, it's terrible. I'm in the loop with Bonnie Overman on a weekly basis in regards to everything that goes on. I know most recently he was addressing the issue, well, why haven't we set these grievances? Where are they? And he's trying to say that Bonnie refused. The only thing Bonnie refused to do was we refused to sit it as one grievance. They wanted to lump it in all together, and we said, no, we're not doing that. You discipline 42 people at once, we'll sit 42 grievances. When I first started with this company, when I first started in telecommunications, Vic Rosa, shop steward up in Bayside, New York, put his arm around me, pointed to the office where all the managers were. He said to me, you see them in there? He said, they're not your fucking friends. Right? And don't ever forget that, because they're not.
That's right.
I can't stress that enough. But ultimately, I want to know where are we going with this? Where do we stand? If Mike Matthews wants to sit it tomorrow, I'll be more than happy to start.
Okay. So here's what I had a talk with Mike. Rick came up to my room last night, and we had Mike cornered for a little while. He does tell a different story than what Bonnie has told. Rick assures me that he has evidence otherwise to what Mike has said. Mike, his contention is that when they asked to meet on the grievances, they asked to meet in panel. He said that his instructions were that it was a true intent issue because the company called it a concerted effort. That could make it unable to go to panel if that's true. But at that point, he assumed, he says, that they were going to meet on them one at a time, and they were either going to settle them or they would be appealed, but the company would show on those that they wouldn't settle that it was a true effort and would go up to the next level. For whatever reason, and I can't answer that right now, that did not happen. I apologize. I'm sorry that whatever confusion there is there. However, he has agreed to meet on them as soon as possible. Now, in the meantime, because he hadn't met on them, as you said, there were charges that were filed, the charges were withdrawn, then they were refiled, and then they were withdrawn from the local. And so we at the district had gone ahead at the local's direction, because we understood that they wouldn't meet on them, and set up arbitrations. And there were like 3 stacks. There were some that worked till 5 and went home, I believe, and you're probably much more familiar than I am with this. There were some that worked as late as 9 o'clock, put in their machine for another trouble, and there were no troubles, and they went home, and somehow they got grouped into this concerted effort. And there's a 3rd category, which escapes me right now, I'm sorry.
Got sick and went home before.
Oh, yes, a gentleman got sick, and 1 or 2 got sick and went home, and they looped them into the concerted effort. So we had already, at the district, we were about to go through the 3 cases of arbitration. So when I get back, it's up to Rick and John Quinn, myself, Bonnie. If Bonnie wants you or whoever there, that's fine. We need to decide which route we're going to take to settle these as quickly as possible. Because like I said to Mike Matthews last night, these wiretechs, it isn't just that you put an entry in the record. It isn't that you suspended somebody. That you have stopped these people from being able to get a job as an ST or an OPT or whatever the hell they wanted to get. You have stopped. And there is no damn resolution for that. So we have got to move as quickly as we can, and I promise you we will.